Hey Aquarius, what's up? We're here with a timeless reading. What I'm seeing going on right now is that it looks like you are observing something that's happening, and I'm almost seeing you like at the edge of it. Like, do I step in? Do I say something? What do I do? And like for many of you, this can be like an internal conflict that you're feeling that's working itself out, and you're sort of just like watching this happen or observing this, trying to learn from it. I was seeing the Five of Wands, the Page of Swords, and also the Knight of Wands. And so this can be about something where you're like, do I take action? Do I do it? Is the right time to be doing this? Like, should I hold myself back? I feel like it's something like that you're trying to it's like figuring out rhythm is what this feels like. Like that was the Three of Swords. I'm also seeing the Seven of Swords here too. Yeah. Three of Swords, Seven of Swords. The vibe that this is giving is that you could have known something was up, or there was like a red flag and you were like, let me just pretend it's not there, or like trying to paint it green instead. Because I feel like you sort of knew what was up, but maybe it wasn't something that you weren't ready to admit to yourself. But I'm getting that this is like a really good learning moment for you, because you're looking at something and being like, if I'd just been honest with myself, like I wouldn't have had to experience this, or I wouldn't have found myself in this position. So as much as it can be like hurtful and painful and unpleasant and something that we don't particularly enjoy experiencing, it's something that cuts so deep that something is going to change after this. Having Three of Swords and the Seven of Swords, when you combine them, that's a 10. And so it feels like a new chapter is going to be opening, like this is going to be the close of something for you. And I'm also seeing the World on the bottom of the deck too, so sorry, they're emptying the trash right now. If you can hear that, I'm sure you can. Yeah. Fool me once, but maybe not another time. I'm seeing Queen of Swords come up. This is like you using your discernment so you don't find yourself in the same situation again. Because like what this feels like is that you were around somebody or interacting with somebody and you saw signs, because Seven of Swords is like, I know that something's going on, but maybe I don't want it to be, and so I'm gonna like maybe tell myself that I don't know what my intuition is telling me, or that I'm just making things up, you know? It's like these ways that Seven of Swords, we don't trust ourselves and our judgment, or we know something and it's like, but I don't want that to be, and so I'm gonna pretend that I don't know, and then we end up, I'm seeing in this situation, ended up getting hurt because of that. Like it seems like somebody could have betrayed you in some way, or they weren't honest with you and you found something out here. They could have done something that they weren't completely transparent about, but I'm getting that like you were picking up on vibes. And Queen of Swords is feeling like this person may potentially try to loop you in again unless you set boundaries with them. Like you're gonna need to advocate for yourself to not allow this to happen another time, which most of all just means being honest with yourself here about this. As much as it can be hard to admit things that we don't want to accept, you're better off for it in the long run. Really save you some pain. Yeah, I just get the vibe that you know the truth now, you know what it is now. So that's a good thing. I'm seeing you be clear on things. Yeah, I'm seeing this be somebody that you chat with. I'm seeing there be some of you chat rooms. Some of you guys maybe, what a throwback. Do chat rooms even still exist? For some of you, it's like, I'm seeing there be a lot of communication between you and this person, but some of you, you're not in person with this person. I'm getting like waves and stuff like that, meaning like mobily, like on phones and stuff like that. That sort of communication that's like not in person necessarily. Yeah, you're gonna have to call this out, is what I'm seeing. They're coming back again. Surprise, surprise. But you may decide to end things here and now. I think at this point you feel like if you allow this to continue, you're just gonna get hurt again, because like their behavior is not changing. See, it's like you needing to be here and being like, this is what I'm okay with, this is not what I'm okay with, like don't disrespect me, whatever it is, you're communicating with this person, and then like coming through trying to talk to you, and then getting like really charming, like don't you miss me, don't you want to hang out, we have such great chemistry, you know, all the things that get you hooked. I'm seeing too, like for some of you, you feel very attracted to this, like a strong attraction to this person for some reason. I'm getting like a very charming vibe here. But you need to trust yourself and do what you feel like you need to do, even if that's, it looks like acting quickly, actually. Not so quickly that you're doing something where you're like, that's not aligned at all, but I mean like precise, taking action, trusting yourself, and having the Knight of Wands here, it can be like doing something now about it, or like needing to act quickly. And to have the strength that like may not necessarily be the easiest thing for you to do, however it's necessary for you. And I am seeing the Ten of Swords on the bottom of the deck, so it does feel like you may be concluding something now with this person. But I'm seeing that if you don't set boundaries with them, they will come back around to do the same thing. So just know that. Like, I'm all for giving second chances if somebody has changed. I have a Pisces stellium, of course, I'm gonna forgive somebody, but if somebody hasn't changed, you know that you're just signing up to experience the same thing again, and so you have to ask yourself if that's what you want to do. But more than anything, be honest with yourself, because sometimes it's like maybe they have changed and like we're seeing the same things and allowing somebody to just have a repeat cycle with us. So this is about knowing what you're signing up for consciously by being honest with yourself about what you want here. But yeah, I'm just getting them be in the same energy. I'm seeing they have not changed. I don't know how long of a like time lapse this has been since when this happened and when they're coming through, but it doesn't even feel like that long of a time, at least energetically. It feels like there's still a continuum or continuation here with them. But this needs to be addressed is what I'm seeing. And you know that you communicate well with one another too, so there's really just no reason why not to. You're like, did it hurt badly enough? Do I really want to? I'm getting that there's hesitance here because this is just a hard thing to do. I think also you're still coming to terms with how things went down as well, and there may be a part of you that's like not fully accepting this yet. It's kind of like the way that I'm seeing this, it's like, do I accept that I really did get hurt and that this is something that's like damaging to me in some way? Or do I like lie to myself again, or not be honest with myself again and like believe the lie that they're coming through and telling me, or like whatever, get back together with them, let this happen again, that sort of thing? Which it can be hard to do when we don't want it to be like that. When we don't want that person that we love or that we care about to hurt us however they have, or not be honest with us. You don't be feeling safe with them. You don't be trusting them. This is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing too that you may also not be trusting yourself as well, just because of how this has messed with you mentally. It's kind of like when maybe you have been doing things where you weren't trusting yourself and now you decide to, and it just like feels like an uncomfortable adjustment that's being made. But what I'm seeing is that the part of you that is like looking out for your best interest and well-being wants to call this out and do something about this and take action and communicate, but there's a part of you that's scared of doing this. Remember, fear can show up in a lot of different ways. It may not be you like shaking in your boots and biting your nails, you know, it can come up as anxiety, it can come up as restlessness, you're not sleeping, you feel like you need to medicate in some way, you're oversleeping, you're overeating, you're not eating enough, like so many different things that when you know yourself and sort of like what those symptoms look like, you can get a better idea of what's going on and what that's trying to communicate with you. But yeah, I'm seeing like having 7 of Swords and 5 of Pentacles, it can be like all of your fears coming up and being like, if you call them out, this might happen, and then maybe you're never going to see them again, and then what if you never meet anybody else you have chemistry with? It's like all of these things that come up for you that are definitely fear-based, but it's your shadow talking. Your shadow that's like, I want to go for another ride on the merry-go-round. And you're like, I don't know about that. I don't know if I want this again. I'm seeing very strong Leo energy here. Your self-worth is also coming up to, I feel like you're just getting hit with so much shadow work right now. We have both the 7 of Swords here and we also have the 5 of Swords here. I feel like you know this person's gonna have an attitude if you call them out and say something, and you may not want to deal with that, but this is also about you like not trusting yourself, and you may still be in some way seeking this person's validation or caring about how they're perceiving you, because you're looking for validation from them. You may also feel like this person doesn't understand certain things that you're worried about either. Like some of you, they're coming through and they've blatantly like, this just seems so silly at this point, like how they're sort of ignoring things. I'm seeing them come through and almost be like, what do you mean you don't trust me, when they like just lied to you a minute ago? It's that sort of energy that I'm seeing here, where they're like, what are you worried about? And you have your reasons for being worried about things, clearly. And then if you persistently stand up for yourself here, advocate for yourself, I'm seeing that they will cop an attitude with you, it seems like. But that's also not something that you can control either. It's more so just like your perception of yourself. Sometimes when we feel like we're not worth standing up for, or we're not worth like being respected and stuff like that, we allow this behavior to continue. But I'm actually getting this person be like a bit insensitive towards you, especially when you're like standing up for yourself or advocating for yourself. Yeah, I'm seeing them get triggered. This person probably really lacks boundaries. Healthy boundaries. It can be hard to break out of these cycles too, because, you know, whenever we're trying to make a change and people like something that we're doing, even if it's not healthy for us, they're like, but you've always done this, you know, the foot in the door thing. And so that may be another angle that this person is taking, like, oh, now you want to set boundaries after like this happened and that happened and all of this. And it's like, yes, that's exactly why I'm doing it. But people can be like, oh, you're switching up now. Oh, you're changing up now, you know, to get like manipulate you back into that little box that they like having you in. Some compassion for yourself will go a long way here. Yeah. You definitely have karmic aspects in your synastry with this person. I'm seeing Saturn come out here. Saturn, aka the Lord of Karma, is about how, as we go through like the most challenging life lessons and experiences, we gain knowledge and understanding and skills. And sometimes it takes a lot of repetition in order for us to gain that skill. But then once we sort of accomplish what Saturn has put us in the curriculum of accomplishing, we come through, and then that's something that we can like teach other people. Or yeah, it's like this personal experience that we have that makes us better as a person and more understanding of things, knowing ourselves better, knowing our limits better, knowing what's unnecessary as well. But Saturn really requires hard work from us on some level energetically. Yeah, I'm seeing Ten of Swords again on the bottom of the deck. More than anything, I feel like at this point there's an awareness of maybe something that hadn't been fully like articulated or conceptualized yet, that now it has been, like you have a solid idea of what's up here. There's a part of you that may feel like avoiding this, but it's just going to prolong it. So keep that in mind as well. As much as you may know that it's going to hurt to do what you need to do here, or it's going to be painful in some way, it's going to be over much faster than if you prolong this, if you put this off, if you avoid this. And I'm seeing your shadow give you like every reason not to. It's like, maybe we have to do this today. Maybe we have to do that. It's like that one thing that you need to do for the day and you find everything else to do. I'm seeing it be like that. Like your shadow is trying to make it real fun to do everything else and like really appeal to you. And then if that's not working, to scare you into not addressing this. But it needs to be. I feel kind of like you may see this person in some way as, I get the energy of them having like a little bit of authority. You can feel, it's like that. Yeah, authority is the best way for me to explain what I'm seeing within your dynamic with this person's energy, almost like when a kid stands up to a parent, it can feel like, because I feel like with this person, you may feel that saying something to them, they're going to punish you in some way or something like that, because they get triggered when you stand up for yourself. So it feels like you're like totally addressing something between you and yourself here when you do this, where the like power and authority that you had been giving to this person, by you advocating for yourself and not backing down, you're going to be giving that back to you. But I'm seeing this person be very, very smart. Both of you guys. You're both coming out as the King and the Queen of Swords here. So like very intellectual energies. But anyway, yeah, that's what I'm seeing is going on. So we have Saturn, we have Jupiter, and we have Leo here. Okay, my friends, we're going to leave the reading here. I'd like to thank everybody for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.